Estas cremvase azantes. Welcome, video lovers. Welcome to Tac Nerd 1.0. Fellow humans, welcome back to the Tac Nerd channel. Today we are unboxing and reviewing a pistol that has gained a reputation for being both budget-friendly and surprisingly fun. And that is the heritageroughrider. But now this one has a bit of a story behind it, and if you are subscribed to my channel, and honestly, why wouldn't you be, you probably know that this is part of a rebate program. Many of you may have jumped on, and I explained before, we all know about how the rebate programs go, and I was admittedly skeptical that this was ever going to happen, and especially since it took 6 months to get this. Again, this was before Christmas, I think they started this. And this one in particular was if you purchased, it was one of the Heritage, or I think it was also for the Rossi 92s, you would get basically a free pistol. And it's this, and it was going to be this Rough Rider. So again, I submitted this right after I got it. So it probably would have been about December. And the final paperwork and everything, I think, went through. Maybe I received something back from them saying that everything was okay and I was accepted and all that. That was about February when that came across. And believe it or not, I had seen people at that time who had already gotten theirs. Now, the one they got had this weird looking grip. It was like all flames and stuff. And I kind of just assumed that they were just taking whatever they had and sending them out, which is probably true. You're going to get whatever they have. Although now I kind of think they did make a run just for this. But anyways, that is correct if you're thinking, yes, it took 6 months for them to fulfill this rebate. But they did. And this is the day. It finally came. It came into my FFL yesterday. I got the call, went down today and got it. I will tell you though, couple caveats. If you are still waiting for yours, you can check on their site and see where you are in the program, but it's going to say is you are accepted or not accepted, I guess, if there's any other reason. I tried calling them a couple times too. There's really no way to get through. Their customer service is constantly busy. If you leave one of those callback requests, they may get back to you. I think mine got back to me. I think it was like the next day. I was working. I couldn't answer the phone. And honestly, when I was able to speak to someone, they told me it's not their department. They don't handle this. I got to call or I have to go to a website and inquire about it, which in my previous video, I will tell you, I did get an email back saying that, again, it's just that sort of apology thing saying, we're doing our best, we're working on it, we changed systems and such like that. So, and I know they did move. I think they have a new facility here in the US. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Anyways, all I have to say is, yes, it was annoying. They did make good on it. They did get it to me. So if you have one of these out there, if you have one of these that you sent in, fear not, stay true. I think you will get it, but it may take a while. Now, the problem is that they don't send you any sort of shipment notification. And as many of you know, some FFLs, they get so much stuff in, and if they don't have your number on it, you pretty much just have to check in from time to time to see if they have it. Mine had my number on it, and they called me, but I'm in their system, so they know. I don't know what else to tell you. You just have to kind of keep checking. So, but anyways, we're gonna do a little unboxing here, and you will find the basics. Let's go ahead and open this. And again, this one, just to show you, this one does say right on it, and this is what leads me to believe they're maybe making a special run of these. So here's your instructions. And something else I thought was interesting is that they are referring to them as the Heritage Manufacturing Incorporated Rough Rider Small Bore. I thought that was interesting. I don't know what the old ones looked like, what the instructions did, but I thought it was interesting that they made that connotation, because it's been my thought, and I talked about this before, that I think Heritage is going to go into larger bore pistols. I think they're going to go into 38s at least, possibly 357s. So there's your other stuff. There's your tag, which mine wasn't even connected. NRA warnings. It's a good manual. It's color. It's got all the information you need. It's got there's a nice diagram, exploded view. These are always good if you end up needing to have to work on your pistol. Now, it does not come with the 22 Magnum cylinder. You can get those. I think if you go through their website and provide proof of purchase for one of these, which I'm hoping the rebate is considered that, I think there's a certain amount off. I think maybe they're 25 instead of 35, something like that. If any of you know, please, chime in below. But it is in plastic, and here is the pistol. And that's the Heritage Rough Rider. These are the grips that come on it, and these are Heritage branded. They are actually pretty nice. I mean, for plastic grips, those aren't bad. I still think it's going to look better with wood, but that's me. I think everything looks better with wood.
That's what she said! Woo!
So it's just your basic plain Jane Heritage Rough Rider. There's really nothing extraordinary about it. It is the 6-inch, or I think 6.5-inch version. So, but they're fun to shoot. Now, there is a external safety on there, but as far as what you get is the pistol, and then you also get your lock, which is right here. Not even going to take that out. And that's really about it. That's about all that's in there. So this particular model is the standard 6.5-inch barreled version. As I said, it's blued finish, fixed sights, and it has these plastic molded grips. Nothing fancy. Basically, that's the point. All right, so let's talk about build quality. Now, for under 150 quatlus, or free in this case, with rebate, it's not going to rival Smith & Wesson. It's just not. And that's really not the point. The frame is an aluminum alloy. The barrel and cylinder are steel where it counts. The action is surprisingly smooth for a gun in this price range. And by the way, COLT. So keeps to the original Colt, at least the action. Anyhow, surprisingly smooth and it's got a satisfying click where it counts. It's a nice sound. It really is. I think everyone likes that. But don't expect high-end fit and finish. These are built for a price point, not a legacy. And I think that's important to understand. You buy a Smith, that's something you pass down. You buy one of these, it's something to take out on the weekends and have fun with. Not that you wouldn't take a Smith out and have fun with that too. What else can I tell you? In terms of aftermarket support, let's talk about accessories for the Heritage Rough Rider. In terms of aftermarket support, the Heritage Rough Rider is actually doing better than you might expect. Heritage has leaned into the success of this pistol and now offers quite a few different things. They do have a ton of grip styles. As I said, the earlier ones were coming with this ugly flame grip, custom wood, laminate, American flags. Sights, I think you're pretty much going to be stuck with what you have. Tactical style models with threaded barrels, I don't think they have any of those. I don't think you're going to see that. The one thing you do see is different size versions, and that includes the bar keep. And I think you guys have probably seen those as well. They're the little tiny short ones with the about 2-inch barrel. And they have the bird's head grip, which is kind of just a rounded grip. They are kind of cool looking. Again, it's just something to have fun with, But, they're nice. It's just something to go out and have fun with. I didn't bring my trigger gauge out with me, but it's got a nice single action trigger. It can't be much more than probably 2-3 pounds is my guess. So, that's probably going to be about all you're going to see. Now that and holsters, of course, there's going to be a ton of holsters out there. Don't get a Colt holster for one of these and expect it to fit. The single action armies are quite a bit bigger than this. That's probably going to be too big, but there's going to be a lot of these available, so don't be concerned about that. Replacement cylinders, ejector rods, springs, and third-party vendors like MC Carbo and Galloway Precision, they do have a ton of stuff available there as well. Now, have not been able to get this out to the range yet, so range footage will follow as we go. But as far as reliability these do have a pretty solid track record in the budget revolver world. There's thousands of these out there in circulation, and most people have reported issues are minor. The things that have come up: loose grip screws, cylinder timing, slipping, and under very high round counts. And finish is something, and finish wear, and that's something I've seen quite a bit. Now they call this bluing. I think it is probably bluing on the barrel, the parts that are steel. These aluminum alloy parts, this is just paint, and that is generally what I have seen wearing off the most. But with this being a 22, and with 22s being cheap, they're going to be under really, really high round count, because people are going to take these out and shoot them all day. So at full retail, the Heritage Rough Rider, it's already a pretty good buy. And any holiday that comes up, any retail spot, you're going to be seeing these on sale. They almost always go on sale all the time, and usually for like 100 quatlus, and a lot of times you can get them for a little bit more, maybe 120, 125, 130, with the 22 Magnum cylinder included. So yeah, it's still a good price. It's a no-brainer to pick one of these up if you own other rimfire guns, if you want to train newer shooters, or if you just want to have some cheap plinking fun hitting cans or something like that. Is the 6-month wait for this rebate ridiculous? Yeah, it is. It is kind of silly. The pistol itself, it's exactly what it claims to be. And in today's market, believe it or not, that's kind of refreshing. So would I get one? Yeah. Would I do the rebate? Yes, but understand what you're going in for. And I kind of knew that going in too. As I explained in my other video, we all know about rebates, and they're hard to get. They're hard to, many times I've heard people from that comment on Smith & Wesson guns when they've had rebate offers. If you don't fill out the forms exactly correctly, you might get it back. They might not give it to you. It's very hard to get these. Whenever you buy a firearm, or really whenever you buy anything, don't buy for the rebate. Consider it a bonus. If you get it, don't expect it. Basically, that's about it. So that is about all I have for today. Again, this is really just a simple unboxing. Now, what else have I bought for this already? I did buy new grips for this. I bought some wood grips for this, and we'll show these off the next time. And when we get out for the shooting video, we'll show these off. And I think those will look pretty nice on there. And like I said, a pistol like this really deserves wood grips, in my opinion. I think all revolvers deserve wood grips, really. But we will get out there. We'll test it out, see how it is, and I'll check into the 22 Magnum cylinder, see if that's going to be a possibility as well. All right, folks, that is about it for today. What I would like to do, however, is get a discussion going down below. If you have filed for this rebate, or if you have gotten your rebate in, please let us know down below. I'd really like to see a poll of everyone else and what's going on. Hit that like button if you have found this helpful. Consider subscribing for more practical firearm reviews, survival gear tests, and basically just some old school gun content. Folks, this is Tac Nerd. Stay sharp, stay prepared.
Welcome to Tac Nerd 1.0. I hope you liked the video, and remember to like, share, subscribe, and let us know what you think by making a comment below.